This is the Choosing Joy podcast with me, Jodi Lynn Turpin. Take a breath, feel it all, choose joy anyway. Hello and welcome back to the Choosing Joy podcast. It's me, Jodi Lynn Turpin. Today is episode 84 of the podcast, and today I am sharing something very special with everyone, something that's been on my heart for a very long time, and it just feels like the best time, the perfect time to start a new adventure like this. So I am introducing the Joy Gathering. And honestly, this has been on my heart for a very, very long time. And I'm going to get into all of the specifics about it, but the Joy Gathering is a monthly meeting for women once a month, the fourth Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's all about connecting deeper to, you guessed it, choosing joy. There's different themes each month. For example, the first month, March, is that joy is a choice. And I think it's really the basics of what I always teach and what I'm always guiding. And so I'm really excited to get it started with this specific class. And this gathering feels very important to me for many reasons. Number one, all the ladies I work with one-on-one, when they're done, always want a little bit more. And I think this gathering will be the perfect place for them to have the monthly consistency of learning and connecting. And also, this space is for people who love the community and the sisterhood of being in a group and learning and growing and healing together, because we do really well with shared experiences, even though they all translate in our minds and bodies in different ways. There's always something to learn from one of our fellow sisters. And that makes my heart, just so happy for community, any sort of community. And I hope as well that people meet others that they connect with and maybe meet your new best friend. Or just someone you can chat with or learn from a little bit more. And maybe they're just a friend passing through that you just learn something from. It's beautiful. And what has been shifting in me, why I wanted to start this monthly gathering, is that I see out in the world, even people close to me, even people on the internet, even at the grocery store, conversations that I hold with people, that so many people don't realize that joy is a choice and that you get to keep choosing it. You get to see the world how you want to see it, and you get to respond or react to any situation that's happening to you. And realizing how much power you have in choosing the positive, choosing the light, choosing the joy, choosing the learned experience from every situation you go through is amazing. And so I felt extremely strong in my heart. Even I said, no, I'm not going to do that. When God places something on your heart and you don't want to do it, just like I was talking about the podcast, it's the right thing to do. And after working predominantly with one-on-one clients, I think this will be a fun change. The setup of how my one-on-one session goes is going to be very similar to how these sessions will go, these gatherings will go. So first we'll talk a little bit about what is happening at this time, even in the world, within ourselves. And there'll be just a little learning about joy, of course, with the specific theme in mind. And then we will go with my guidance on an inner meditation to your inner Eden. And to me, that is the space that is within us. We are all unique and perfect just as we are. And we have access to the inner landscapes, to our inner self. And I find it very delightful and exciting to do this through meditation. And a lot of people connect to this space in different ways through nature, which I also do, and so many other people do, in other ways as well, dance and journaling and all these other delightful and amazing ways. So during each of the gatherings, again, we'll talk a little, learn, share, and then go on the journey into our inner Eden. And that won't be a very long time, around at the most 20 minutes for the meditation. And then afterwards, sharing and learning from each other's experiences from within our own inner Edens. And honestly, the journeys always look different. I go with the flow of the energy and what is happening within the group. And then we go from there. And I'm really excited about the sharing part because I find that for me, even guiding a class, I learn the most that way. And then we learn from each other and we can connect and feel not alone and feel brave enough to choose joy in the really hard times. Because as we all know, it's hard to choose joy so much of the time. And with this practice of consistency through the months, you can join one time, you can join every time if you want, but it helps you practice on a deeper level. It's not just inspiring at one time. You connect with other women and me, of course. I love bothering everyone that's taken my classes or one-on-one work. But when you keep practicing choosing joy and you have a cheerleader in your corner to help you through those hard times, it gets easier and easier and easier each time you choose joy. So when I say joy is a choice, as I mentioned before, it really is. So you wake up in the morning and maybe get not the best news you've had, but there is action you could take around it to be helpful, to be inspiring, to be kind, to cook a meal, to do something. So instead of sitting in that energy being angry about it, of course we need to mourn things. Of course we need to be sad for the 9 millionth time. I'm not a ding dong and I'm not immune to these things. But it's that after feeling through the feelings, what can we do moving forward? What action can we take? What choice can I do to change my energy around the situation and not add more negativity to it, but add positivity, a listening ear, and so much more light than putting more anger towards it, where it keeps you in that icky feeling. And that doesn't feel good. Everybody knows that. And I also know this from personal experience and from pretty much everyone I've ever talked to ever on the earth, is that it feels safe to stay in anger, and it feels safer to be mad and just triggered and in pain than choosing joy. I know this. I know this deeply. I know this well. But it doesn't feel good to be there. It's not good for the body, mind, or spirit at all. And it doesn't feel good when you're around people like that. And so starting to choose a little differently, even just by 1%, it changes everything. It truly changes everything. And again, with the community of things, I think this will be a very special and very spiritual and deep part of the experience, because even with, I know I keep speaking of the one-on-one ladies because I'm just like blown away by them constantly, but once they start learning, the first thing that they do is go share it with their friend, their mom, their other friend, their best friend, all the people. They start becoming the joy mentor immediately because you start noticing everything. You're like, why does this person get so angry about that? And then obviously not offering unsolicited advice, but offering, if someone desires advice on how to look at something differently, you get to practice that even deeper. And it's just a huge spiral of creating more light, more joy. And so this amazing gathering, the Joy Gathering, Again, will happen every fourth Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And there will be teaching and connection to the energy that's happening right away, especially within the group. And then the inner Eden meditation. And then sharing and questions, if you have questions for me. And you can always reach out to me after these events too, because sometimes things will come up and you'll say, oh, I now see how what I saw within me is affecting my outside life. And I see how I can make a change. Can you help? What do you think about this? And oh, I love those messages. Honestly, love those messages. I love when anyone reaches out to me for any questions. It just feels so good in my heart. So I'm going to link the Joy Gathering in the show notes here. Also, you can check it out on my Instagram, Jodi Lynn Turpin, or the Choosing Joy podcast. And it's just called the Joy Gathering. And I'm super excited, and my heart feels so light and joyful about this. And I'm just excited to gather with you all and learn together, grow together, heal together, and be a little bit more braver about choosing joy together. You can also find this event under classes on my website, jodilynturpin.com. You can also email me, jodi@jodilynturpin.com, with any questions about the gathering or anything you want to add or talk about specifically, or themes that you enjoy. Yes, I'm just, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Also, funny side note, before recording this, I had to wait 10 minutes for my dog to stop walking around. And at first, I'm sitting, I put my lipstick on, I'm ready to record. And then at first I started to be a little frustrated. And then I decided, well, maybe I'll just go over what I want to say one more time. This is a gift. This isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. And I know it's just one little tiny example of my dog walking around because he makes a lot of noise. You probably heard him at the beginning because he did decide to get up and around. So he's shaking and making all the noise. But I went over everything again, and I actually caught a little error that I had made in posting. So thank you, Ferdin, for bothering me in a good way. I love you all. And I hope you're feeling a little bit braver in choosing joy. And I really, really look forward to seeing everyone in the Joy Gathering. You've been listening to the Choosing Joy podcast with me, Jodi Lynn Turpin. Be gentle with yourself, trust the timing, and keep choosing joy again and